What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be the Smite Season 9 patch notes breakdown and discussion. If you guys already saw the patch notes, I won't be going through much different than apart from just looking at the patch notes on here. So if you guys just want to tab out, listen to me talk, that'd be fine as well. If you guys like these patch notes type videos, especially for Season 9, probably the biggest patch of the entire year, probably either that or the second biggest, apart from like mid-season usually. So if you guys like these types of videos, let me know by leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing the video. Would really help me out. Got a lot of shit here. We really do. We got a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff I'm mad about, but there's a lot of stuff that's really cool. I'm going to be talking about a lot of the stuff that's really good, and there's also a bunch of shit that doesn't make sense, and that there's a bunch of shit that's left out that I'll talk about as well. Let me know what you guys think of everything at the end of the video down in the comments down below. That'd be really cool. We got a bunch of stuff in this. A lot of stuff, which is expected because the Season 9 patch. So it's the first update of the entire year, so we should be getting a lot. Got a brand new battle pass. This is one of the upsides. This is one of the upsides of this patch. This battle pass looks great. This is probably one of the better battle passes we've had, probably at least in the last year, 2 years. Apart from the collaboration battle passes like the Monster Cat and the other couple ones, Stranger Things. Like just the normal regular battle passes, I think this is probably one of the better ones we've had in quite a while. Just from these skins. If you guys missed any of the gameplay or anything in this, check out the update show. They go through all the skins, they go through some gameplay, show off some maps, stuff like that. Over there, check that out. We got Crimson, Crack, and Poseidon, which is really cool because I just got a Poseidon voice pack like a week ago, which is really cool. So, and I don't have a single Poseidon skin or a Nike skin, which is really cool. They both look great. They did turnarounds for them in game. Go check them out on the update show, especially this Nike skin. And gosh, does it look good! Probably one of my new favorite skins, especially for Nike. Gosh, it looks really good. Then we have a Devil Punk Dodgy, which is actually not really a new skin. It's actually a recolor of a skin that she got about a year ago, so unfortunately, but it's better than like half the recolors Paladins gives us, I can tell you that. Another Rama skin. I don't know why we're getting Rama skins. Who asked for a Rama skin? Not me. Here's the final skin of the Battle Pass. Angel of Death Thanatos. Another Thanatos skin. They didn't nerf him, they didn't change him at all, but they're over here giving him another skin. Meanwhile, Nike got nerfed this patch. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But then she's getting a new skin, so it'll keep her play rate the same, but then they go and nerf the shit out of her the same patch, so it looks like people are still playing her just because she got a new skin. It's one way they twist the numbers, guys. I don't know if you guys understand that they twist the play rates just so they can go buffing and nerfing certain gods, but then they give them a skin the same patch, so it looks like their play rate does not drop. Then we got Charybdis. Charybdis' first skin, guys. A lot of you guys, those of you guys that play Charybdis, I don't know. I see a lot of people playing Charybdis and really like Charybdis. I'm one of those people as well. I really do enjoy playing Charybdis. Probably her best skin. Really good skin to have as her first skin. Better than Morgan Le Fay's first skin, I can tell you that. Really cool skin. It's also going to be part of the Dramic Era event, which is actually going to be a bundle. I think this and the Rama skin are both going to be in a bundle. So if you want this Charybdis skin, you're going to have to shell out 950 gems. Sucks to be you guys. Sucks to be me too, because I would actually rather buy this skin by itself. I don't even want the Rama skin. I just wish they would let you buy a single skin by itself. I don't know why they're in a bundle. Who knows? I don't know why they made the decision. Don't know. Rather just buy a skin by itself. I don't know why they have to bundle them together. Just another way to just cash grab money, as if they aren't making enough money from the game. Bone Wrath Cuckoo Khan. Another Cuckoo Khan skin. How many skins has Cuckoo Khan gotten in the last year and a half? I think he's at least got 3 to 5 skins. He got a Cybernetic skin. He got a Phoenix skin. He got some other skin. I forgot what it was. Pool Noodle Cuckoo Khan was another one. He got I think 1 or 2 more even that I'm just having a brain fart with. I'm not even remembering. Quit with the Cuckoo Khan skins, please. No more Cuckoo Khan skins for the next 5 years. I highly doubt they'll do it, but that's what we need. Give us some gods that haven't had skins in forever. Where is Thoth? Thoth has not had a skin in like years. Where is his skins? He hasn't got a skin in years. Remember when they said back in the day, guys, they said like a year ago, oh, we're going to start giving champions or god skins that haven't had skins in forever. What did they do? The first patch they gave, I think they gave like it was some god that had like skins, like 10, 20 skins already. I forgot who it was. I think they gave us a Neath skin or whatever. The first patch of after they said that was fucking funny. Doing the same thing again. They're doing the same thing again. Another Loki skin, whatever. Really weird looking skin too. I don't care for it at all. I don't know what people have with these frog type skins. They must sell really well because they keep doing them. I don't care for them at all. Space Scoundrel Danzaburo. Not my type of skin. I don't really care for it. Got Corroded Colossus Atlas, which is Atlas's first official skin. It looks okay. I mean, it's just your typical first skin. There's nothing special about it. Grave Golem Jeb. For those of you guys that want to go into ranked and suffer ranked for a shitty skin, Graved Golem Jeb. I can tell you right now, the game probably won't even let me play because they made no changes to help Switch players. Not a single fucking update and not a single fix for Switch players, which really, 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 really pissed me off. Really did. Nothing. There's not a single fix for the Switch players. There's nothing here. Like, I'll show you guys in a bit. I'll try to play ranked if the game will let me. I doubt the game will let me half the time though. How bad it is. Apollo's getting a visual update. Whatever. Who asked for an Apollo visual rework when we have gods in the game like Hun Bats, Ching Wei, and other shit that has been in the game for like 10 years already and hasn't had a single visual update? I would take a Hun Bats or a Jing Wei visual rework over an Apollo rework any day. Who asked for that? I don't know. It's there. I guess it's there. Those of you guys that play Apollo. New DLC. There's a season pass. Whatever. Those of you guys that want to go waste a bunch of money, go drop your money on it and go buy it. The patch is actually slated for January 25th, which I think is about 2 weeks away from right now. So another 2 weeks of a dead game until we actually get a game that's probably playable for all you guys. I don't know if the Switch players will actually be able to play. Probably not. Dramic Era event. Pretty much what it is. It's a skin event. There you go. There's the bundles. Like I said, the bundles with the prototype. Actually, the Cuckoo Khan and the Crypta skin are together. That's better than the Rama skin. And we're gonna have a Xeno Weaver Arachne, which they didn't even show in the update show, and then Malware Mercenary Osiris. Those are two skins we didn't even see, so I'm assuming that's not even planned or not even done yet. Didn't even see those skins in the update show, and they aren't even listed here, so they're probably not even done, or they're not planned for quite a while. There you go. I mean, those of you guys that want the Crypta skin, you gotta go pay for a Cuckoo Khan skin that's awful as well. So you're getting one really good skin, but you're having to spend more money getting something that you don't want, which is garbage. So, sucks to be you guys. Here's some bug fixes, guys. Is there anything here in the bug fixing section for the user update or general gameplay that actually would help a Switch player out? There is nothing here. Go through on the patch notes and read. There is nothing for Switch players that actually fixed the game or helps the game out for Switch players. Allows us to actually play the fucking game. I don't know how many of you guys missed it, but we actually had a Smite stream on Tuesday night, and the entire stream pretty much got thrown away because Smite would not let me play. We tried playing 3 matches on stream, and every single game I would get to the loading screen and the player select screen after before we load into the actual game, and the game would non-stop crash. 2 or 3 matches in a row, and it pretty much screwed up the entire stream, and we ended up streaming Apex Legends for half the stream because we could not play. That is how bad the game is right now. That is how unplayable the game is. I want a game that I'm actually able to fucking play. And when I go through and I look through at all these fixes and I see nothing that helps the Switch players out, then I get really pissed. Biggest update of the year. You think they'd have some fixes, and how much I've been complaining, and I've been uploading videos, I've been complaining in the Discord. I haven't sent any support tickets in. Maybe I should. I just think it's a waste of time, but I don't know. You think the AOC would actually, or the Olympians would do anything anyways as well, but they don't care. Especially the Switch Olympian. They're garbage. They don't care about the game. Nothing here. There's nothing. They got a few god fixes, whatever. Nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. I'm gonna scroll right through all this. Commendation rewards, ranked reset. Everybody's going back up to 1500 MMR, guys. I can't wait to go right back up to 1500 MMR and then have all my ranked games pretty much thrown, because half the time I won't be able to load into the match and the game won't let me play. And then the other half of the time I'll get people that are on my team that either leave the match, putting us at a 4 versus 5 disadvantage, and we end up having to either lose the game in 10 minutes or forfeit in 10 minutes, or I get paired with a team of throwers that are probably better off having bot matches, playing bot matches and having bots on my team than I'm having actual real players on my team. Guarantee you that's what the rank's going to be for this next season, because nothing changed again. No rank changes at all apart from a reset. Garbage. There's strike number 2 for the Season 9 patch. I know there's going to be somebody too that's going to be, oh, all you do is bitch and complain. All you do is bitch and complain. Like, I wouldn't have to bitch and complain if they actually fixed the fucking game. Come on. I mean, I'll be positive where I'll give credit where credit is due. Like, they have the skins and the battle pass were majorly good. I'll give them credit where credit's due. Like, if there's shit that's good, like, I'll let you guys know. But, like, I'm here to tell you guys the truth. Half this shit's been garbage so far. Here's another positive, guys. Wow, I'm saying something positive for this patch. The positive number 2 or number 3. Brand new game modes called Slash. Can't wait to play it. It actually looks really fun. They actually showed a little bit of a preview, like the preview of the map, stuff like that on the update show. Go over there to check that out if you haven't seen that. Looks actually really fun. It's 5v5, similar to like Clash and Siege, but they're put into one with a brand new map. Looks really fun. Can't wait to play it. There you go. There's positive number 3. See, I'm not negative for everything. I'll give credit where credit's due. It looks fun. I want to actually really play it badly. Can't wait to play it. If the game will let me play, that is. Yeah, I don't know. Half the matches I'll end up getting crashed and shut out of the game. Conquest. We're going to be getting 3 Conquest map updates this entire year. And the first one we're going to be having on this patch. Like, overall, like, map, like, visual updates, I'm meaning. Got a new objective. I'm not going to go through all this because we'll be sitting here for, like, 3 hours. So if you guys want to check the patch notes out, they added a few new objectives. And it was pretty much a visual rework. That's what it is. 1 new objective and like a few different scorpions. And that's about all it really is. To put it really simple. There you go. Roman Arena. Here's another positive, guys. Here's positive number 5. Increase the gold spooling from 10 to 12 and increase the EXP spooling from 10 to 12. That's great. Makes arenas a lot more fun and make it so you can actually hit level 20 before 10 minutes. I'm all for that. There you go. There's another positive. Props to them. They actually put through a good change. That's actually really cool. I actually really want to try arenas out with the new gold and EXP boost every minute or every second. Joust got some changes. Nobody plays Joust. Neither do I. This is another thing I'm going to complain about. This is where I'm going to start complaining. I'm going to start ranting again. The item balance with the game right now, if you guys are even remotely playing the game, they cannot even balance the items we currently have in the game. And now we're going to go over here and we're adding relics and we're adding different tiers. We're adding tier 3s of relics. Does this make any sense? Same with items. We're getting tier 3s of certain items now, when they can't even balance the items we currently have in the game. Why are we over here adding at least 4 dozen new items when the current item trees and everything currently in the live game is so badly balanced and they can't balance it the way it is? Why are we going to add more garbage to it? Why wouldn't you just leave the game the way it is and get the shit settled out and actually balance the fucking game before you actually add all this other new garbage to the game? Also, who asked for tier 3 relics? Please let me know in the comments down below if you're somebody that actually wants and actually was asking and hoping for tier 3 relics. Because I can tell you right now, I don't give a shit about tier 3 relics. All it does is cause the game to have more poorly balanced stuff, and it causes the game to fucking be either snowbally, or either just people abuse shit until it's either nerfed into the ground. 3 patches later, you have to sit and deal with it for 3 patches. Or people don't know how to use it properly, and they won't even know how to build the current, like, something that's at least a tier 3. They'll probably won't even know it's a thing because they don't even explain it in the game. That's the problems we're going to have with it. Or right on day one, I can tell you that. I'm not even going to go through all these because I just don't care. I just do not care. And the real problem, I can go through them. I guess I probably could go through them, but I can't really justify if they're going to be good or not because I have to play the game. If I can test them in game, I don't know if they're going to be good or not. Like, you guys can go through them, check them on the patch notes. Every single one has a tier 3 now, and they have 2 options for a tier 3. I just think the biggest thing to take away with this is you can actually bypass buying your items out of spawn when you first load into the match, just for a tier 3 of a relic. That'll be something new, like a relic tier 3 rush out of spawn and bypassing all your items. I can definitely see that happening. That'd be really, really, really weird. Definitely see that happening. Bunch of more. Like, look at all the changes. Like, this, like, the relics alone, like, with all the new items in the tier 3s of relics, that is at least 24 new items. 24 more things for them to not ever balance or poorly balance for the rest of time. When they can't even balance the current game the way it is. I don't understand. I really don't. Let's get out of this. Let's get past this already. I'm done. Here's where we got another items. Here's where all the other new stuff is. They're actually adding tier 3s for certain item trees. Now, actually, it's called tier 4s, I guess, because they're technically 3 items. It's tier 4s, or a glyph is what they're going to call them, for certain items. I'm not going to go through all these either because, like I said, if I really want to play these and I want to know if they're good, I have to play them first. There's some really cool ones here. Like, there's a few different crit ones. Upgraded Deathbringer. There's a new, like, tier 4 of Deathbringer. They got rid of Malice and actually made an entirely new, like, tier 4 item out of it, which is really cool. More broken jungler items when they can't even balance the ones they currently have in the game. Another negative. There you go. More broken jungler items. Can't wait to face more junglers next patch. On top of all the other broken shit they're going to give the junglers too. All the extra EXP camps they're throwing on the map and all that other stuff. That's not even the beginning. Here's the actual item balance. I'll go through this real quick. Otherwise, we'll be sitting here for like another 2 hours. Warrior's Axe finally getting a nerf. Finally. Bluestone getting a price cost buff. Will you see Bluestone more? I don't know. I just don't think the power is enough. That's the problem. Another thing they didn't know how to balance. A good step in the right direction with the gold decrease, but it still doesn't have enough power to the point where you're even worth buying it over anything else still. Failure. Failure number 1 of the balance section of the patch notes. Seer of the Jungle. Here's a positive, guys. They actually buffed Seer and Protector of the Jungle. I agree with these buffs. I really like these buffs. I think the tier 1 of, I think it was a jungler, I forgot what it's, Eye of the Jungle, I think it is actually really good, but its upgrades are kind of bad. Do agree with that. I do think they needed buffs, and they buffed them. Good. There you go. There's a positive. Tainted Steel getting a cost decrease. Nobody's going to buy it. Nobody's going to build it still. Still underpowered. Mythical Male getting a useless nerf. I don't know why we're nerfing Mythical Male. I really don't. Pridwin getting a nerf. Why? Somebody please tell me why Pridwin's getting a nerf. Somebody please tell me why Bulwark of Hope and Telkine's Ring are getting nerfed when I see barely anybody build them. I think the only person I see build Bulwark of Hope is Odin. I don't see anybody else build that at all. Maybe one of your Guardians. I don't know. Maybe there's a Guardian that builds it. I don't know. But that's the only person I see ever build it. Same with Telkine's. Like, I don't know why we're nerfing in Telkine's Ring. Why? I know it's only a 10 power nerf, but still. Void getting buffed. Emperor's Armor getting a bit of a buff. Still going to be garbage. Jade Emperor's Crown. Still going to be garbage. Needs an entire rework. Blackthorn Hammer getting a bit of a buff. Runeforge Hammer getting a bit of a buff. Still going to be garbage, unfortunately. Hide of the Nemean Lion needs to be entirely reworked because no matter how much they buff it, it's going to be garbage unless they revert it back to what it originally was with basic attack block stacks. And until they do that, it's going to be either garbage or it needs to be entirely reworked because every time they buff it, they just don't do anything. It's still going to be garbage. And right here, it's still going to be garbage. You need to revert it back to what it originally was or just entirely rework the item because it's going to be either one of those two things. Berserker Shield getting a bit of a buff. I just wish they would have decreased the cost. I think it costs way too much $14.50 for a tier 3 of Berserker Shield. Costs way too much. I think they buffed it, which is good, but they also should have buffed the cost and gave it a cost decrease by like 1 or 200 gold. Staff of Mirrodin, whatever. I mean, it's okay right now. I could use a buff. I'm not going to complain. Celestial Legion Helm, still going to be garbage. Who even builds that? Warlock Staff, getting a bit of a buff. Chiron's Coin, getting a bit of a buff. Still going to be really bad, even though it's a really cheap item to build. Obsidian Shard, still going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be an insanely good item still, but it'll be like your just typical okay item to build like early, maybe mid-game. Rage getting a bit of a buff, whatever. Fail Not getting a bit of a buff, still going to be garbage, just because they took away the pen and they took away the CDR, and ever since they nerfed the shit out of it like 5 patches ago, it's never been the same, and it never will be the same. Deathbringer, increase the power, whatever. I mean, I'm all for Deathbringer buffs, I really am. Shadowsteel Sirkin getting some buffs, really cool. Malice being removed and Poison Star being removed and actually put into a tier 4 item. Really cool to see. Like, I'm interested in the tier 4s, like that's, but like the main problem is like they don't know how to balance them. Like they can't balance items for shit. So are they all the tier 4 items going to be absolutely just fucking broken? I don't know. They can't balance items, and then they want to go add tier 4s of items and add more, like another 4 dozen items on top of everything already that they have that they can barely balance and keep up with. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I'm all for tier 4 items. I do think it'll make the game fun, and it'll make builds a lot more creative. Like, I'm not shitting on it in that aspect. I'm just really pissed and really worried about the balance part of it. Because they don't know how to balance items for shit. And it just, if you want to prove that, look at the entirety of Season 8. The entire item balance for pretty much the entirety of Season 8 was God tier awful. Same with God balance, which we'll get into in a bit. Atlanta's bow is actually getting a 20% critical strike chance, which is really cool. That's actually really nice to see. You can actually run that in a crit build now and actually get really benefit. That actually benefits a lot of my builds too, because a lot of my hunters actually run that anyways. So with like a crit build, so it actually make my builds even a lot better. Devour is getting a bit of a buff. Toxic Blade getting a bit of more of a buff. Hydra's Lampant. I don't know why they nerfed it. They actually nerfed the cost, which is good. There's a bit of a jungler nerf, guys. They finally nerfed one of the jungle items. Wow! But then they're going to go over here and they're going to buff 3 of the other ones that junglers are still building. So they're back at square one. It doesn't make sense. Golden Blade. They're buffing Golden Blade. Soul Eater, which half the junglers are currently building right now. Bastet. What else? Pele. A bunch of the other junglers are still building it. They're buffing that. That'll make junglers good again. So you nerf one item that a lot of junglers build, but then you go over here, you nerf it, you're buffing 3 or 4 other ones. So you're taking 1 step forward and 10 steps back. That's the problem with this. They don't know how to balance. Bloodforge getting a bit of a cost decrease. That's good to see. Some Atlas buffs. I still think Atlas is going to be really bad. I think he's still going to be really bad. I think he's so bad the way he is right now. It's going to take at least 3 patches of consistent buffs or quality of life changes to make him solid. I just think he just gets shit on so much right now. He's awful. He really is. He's probably one of the worst gods we've gotten on release probably in the last 3 years, if I'm guessing. Camazot's nerfs, mainly for pro players. That's all the only people that play him. Again, balancing the game around pro players and not around the majority of the players, which is another huge issue with the game. Soul nerfs, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I am pissed. They're nerfing my girl Soul. Big FU from Hi-Res. Decrease the passive heat generation on her 1 by 10% at a stage 5, stage 5, I think that is. Fully upgraded. I mean, I guess you could argue that's not that much of a nerf. But this dissipate, increase the cooldown by 1 second and the movement speed by a ton. By a absolute shit ton. All the ones that are changed are all from past level 1, so from 2 onwards. Rank 2 onwards are all changed. All nerfed. Huge nerfs to Soul. A big FU from Hi-Res. Nerfed my girl Saul. Man, I was mad when I saw that in an update show and I went back and watched it earlier. Gosh, was I pissed. Got all this other broken shit in the game, and then the shit they're actually nerfing is shit like Saul. Like, you're gonna go over here and waste your time on Saul, but you have all these other broken characters in the game that didn't even get touched this patch. Just a spoiler, guys. Tsukiyomi didn't get touched this patch. Thanatos, Ravana, Bastet finally got touched after 3 patches. Like, what else? Artio didn't get nerfed again. Gilgamesh, Kukulin, Achilles. What else? There's a bunch of other broken shit that still needs to get nerfed. I don't understand. But then they're over here nerfing Saul. That doesn't need to be nerfed. I guarantee you those nerfs are just purely based off of pro play and not the majority. I guarantee you they're over here balancing the game around pro play again. I guarantee you what that's from. I would be shocked if it's not. It'll just show you they don't know how to balance too. They should not be balancing the game around pro play. That's the huge problem with the God balance. They keep balancing around pro play the last 5 patches. Probably the entire season of Season 8 too. Like, the majority of the patches have been balanced around pro play and not the actual majority of the players. Like, if the balance is so important for the pro players, make them play on their own separate patch. There's no reason they should have to sit and play on the patch everybody else plays on. They have the possibility of being able to put it on their own patch. Why don't they do that? I don't know. It doesn't make sense again. Another thing that doesn't make sense. Some Bastet nerfs still going to be broken, not nerfed enough. They're over here nerfing her Razor Whip and then her alt cooldown, but they're buffing like 3 items that she usually builds. So she's still going to be just as good as she is right now, because they're buffing the items she builds, but then they're nerfing her kit, so they're back at square one again. They're buffing Soul Eater, and then they're buffing some other items that she likes to build. The only one that she builds that's getting nerfed is Hydra's. Whatever. Odin finally getting some nerfs. There we go. There's a positive, guys. Some more Odin nerfs. Yay! Finally. Here's another one that didn't need to be nerfed. Who is playing Nike? Can you guys tell me in the comments down below how many Nikes you guys have seen in your games over the past month? I think that from the games I've actually been able to play with, when the game actually lets me into the game and loads me into a match without crashing or shutting me out of the game and just constantly crashing, I'm actually able to play the game. I think out of the matches I've been able to play, I've seen 2 Nikes in the past month. That's it. I've seen 2 Nikes. Who is playing Nike, and why does she deserve so many harsh nerfs 3 patches in a row now? Probably the pro players. That's probably who's playing her, and they're balancing the game yet again off of the 1% of the player base. Awful. Stone Shield, now getting a rework. Now it's based off of his level. Who cares? Still think Jeb needs to be nerfed. I think he's still broken. Rat. Here's another questionable balance change. Here's another one. They're buffing Arachne, probably one of the most broken junglers still. Probably the best auto-attack jungler in the game still, when all the other ones that are auto-attack junglers are kind of garbage apart from Nemesis. And they're over here buffing her. This reminds me of Paladins, what they did with Sati. I don't know if you guys probably play Paladins if you're watching this video. If you don't, pretty much what they did with Sati, that she's probably the most broken DPS in the game right now. And instead of nerfing her and just nerfing her talents or some of her loadout cards, they went and buffed her for the next patch, when she's already probably one of the best champions in the game. That's exactly what this feels like right here. Oh my gosh. One of the most brain-dead balance decisions of the entire patch. Doesn't make sense. Amaterasu buffs. I can tell you right now, this is going to do nothing for Amaterasu, because she's still going to be garbage. She is still outshined by all the other solo laners because none of them got nerfed. The only one that got nerfed was Odin. You still have Achilles, Mulan, which I don't think needs to be nerfed. I think people are overreacting. I think the problem is there's just not enough actual diverse choices for solo lane, because half of them are garbage and there's like 3 or 4 that are actually good. That's the problem. They don't buff the ones that are garbage, and they don't nerf the ones that are good. There's no Gilgamesh buff or Gilgamesh nerfs. There's no Achilles nerfs. No Kukulin nerfs. There's no Arthur nerfs. There's nothing else. So Until the other solo laners that she go against, or even Guardians like Cthulhu, Ardio, Cerberus, stuff like that, you go against in solo lane, until they get nerfed again, or heavily nerfed, any of those, and we start seeing some new solo laners, Amaterasu is going to be garbage. That's the problem. They can go over here and slightly buff her every patch. It's going to do nothing if they don't go and nerf the rest of the solo laners. That's the problem. Again, they don't know how to balance the game, I'll say it for the millionth time in this video. Jormungandr getting some buffs, still one of the worst characters in the game. Still going to be one of the worst characters in the game. They can probably buff him to the moon and back and he'll still be garbage. Guy's a failure. I think Jormungandr is probably one of the most failure gods. He was good on release and they completely ruined him. They completely ruined him. Similar to Persephone. Not in quite the same vein, but it was really similar. Tier buffs. They buffed his ult. Whatever. Baba Yaga. I think Baba Yaga is going to be good. I don't know why they keep buffing her. I actually think she's really solid the way it is. One of the only gods in the game that I think is really solid right now. And they're buffing Warlock staff. A lot of the items she builds that she actually stacks are really good. Plus, Warlocks got buffed again this patch. And she got a bunch of buffs here as well. Remove the self-root on her 3 and reduce the pre-fire time down to 0.2 seconds. And increase the damage on Baba's brew again for like the millionth time in a row. I think she's good shit the way it is. I don't know why they keep buffing her. Like, I'm not going to complain. I don't see many Baba Yagas being played. Maybe that's why they're buffing her. I don't know. I'm not going to complain. Cern needs an entire rework. They can go and buff... Just the same thing as Jormungandr. They can go and buff Cern to the moon and back and he'll still be garbage. They're increasing his 1 scaling, and then they're going to apply a cripple to his 2. Still going to be absolute god-awful, and if you play a Cern in your games, you're legit throwing. I'm sorry. Needs an entire rework, and even then, they have a really bad track history of these last couple gods, of reworking them, and then just make them either absolutely broken, or just completely ruining the god. So, I would just keep him the way it is, and just accept that he's garbage. Chernobog. I mean, I guess I don't see much Chernobog played. Here's a positive, guys. Chernobog buffs that are actually warranted. Wow. Same with this next one. Horus getting buffed. Finally. Keep on buffing him because I really like Horus. I just wish I can play him. But I feel like if I play him, I'm just throwing. Chronos buffs. They're buffing his passive. Whatever. I don't think it's really enough of a buff to really do anything to him. I still think it's going to be pretty bad. Nox buffs. Why don't you just remove Nox from the game? I think that would be the biggest buff you can give her. Because she's just legit probably the worst god in the game right now, apart from Naja. And maybe Apok. And maybe Jorm. I think Jorm's on the same level. And Cern. Those are probably like the 5 worst gods in the game right now. And then ESET buffs. ESET's still going to be garbage. Still going to be garbage. As long as junglers are good, ESET's going to be always bad. Until they nerf the shit out of the majority of the junglers in the game, a lot of the mid laners that they're trying to like slowly buff or give little minor buffs to are always going to be bad. Because they just don't know how to balance the game. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to square one. They don't know how to balance the game properly. Either they're balancing it around pro play, or they're trying to mix in both, and then half the balance changes don't make sense. I don't know what they're trying to do. Your guess is good as mine. I have no idea. But that's it, guys. I know I've been sitting here for a long time and going over this, but there's a lot to talk about. Overall, like for the next patch, we're supposed to be getting a new god as well. I forgot what the name was. It's a new Hindu god. I'm not sure if it's going to be releasing for the launch of Season 9, or if that'll be the next patch after. I think it will be the next patch after, though. Because they did show him in the update show, or like the high-res presents thing, and he looked like really early stages. Half his kit wasn't even done like fully. It was kind of just a really rough thing just so they can kind of showcase him. So, I don't know. He looks like he's going to be either a support or like a guardian or like a solo or like a warrior. That's at least what he looks like from the update show or whatever we got earlier. But I don't know. I just don't really care for if he's going to be similar to Ganesh. Like, I don't care for Ganesh. If he's going to be similar to Ganesh, like, I don't care. And especially with how bad Atlas was. Like, are we really going to go down that path again? Atlas was awful. he's a really cool concept god. Like his design and everything is really cool, but like competitively and like as a god, he's just utter trash. I don't know. He's just garbage. They're gonna have to buff him probably another 3 patches, like I said earlier, too, to make him good. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you guys like these videos, let me know by leaving a like, subscribing, sharing the video. I know a lot of it was just bitching and complaining, but like I'm here to tell you guys 100% how it is. If there's something in here that is not good, I'll tell you guys, and that's obviously why the majority of people do watch these type of videos. I'm not going to go over here and somebody that has money in their back pocket from Smite or is being paid by Smite to make videos for them, or being paid to talk good about the game. Like, if there's something good about the game, like, I'll tell you guys. Like, I'll go out of my way to tell you what's good and what's bad and everything like that. But if there's garbage, like the balance being garbage and like them adding more items that they can't balance, like, I'm going to tell you guys, like, I'm 100% legit. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like, I'm going to hold judgment before. I think the PTS is actually up as we speak. So if you guys want to go play the PTS, it actually is out right now. But I'm going to hold judgment until I actually get my hands on the game. Can't wait to play Siege or Slash, the new game mode. Can't wait to see the new Conquest changes, the new skins for the Battle Pass. Try those out. Some of the new items, see how they feel, if they're any good. Maybe I'll change my mind when I'm actually able to play them. I don't know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day. And I actually threw up, depending on where you're seeing this video as well, I actually threw up a Paladins video talking about the new Champion 7. So if you guys want to go check that out, it should be either live on the channel right now or going up shortly after this video. So go check that out.